Hello and welcome to the Business Awards show. My name's Debbie Gilbert. I'm the host of the show and I'm also the owner of the Best Business Women Awards. And today I am delighted to be joined by Stefania Bartolomei, who is a stylist. Her company is One of a Style, and she was a silver winner in not just one category last year, but two in the Best Business Women Awards for Best Consumer Business and Best Customer Service. So welcome.
Hello, yes, very proud of my two
Oh,
silver.
look.
They're always with me.
Oh. So let's start by talking about, you've had this business now for 6 years. So what made you start the business? What was the motivation behind it?
Well, first of all, I am Italian and I have a background in fashion. So I used to work in fashion, and for over 10 years I did so. And I loved my job, but I think as much as I loved it, I also faced many personal challenges, not just, work challenges. And one of those is that personally, I had my confidence struggles due to some health issues. And I guess I don't know, like living in a place and working in a place where image is so important really affected my confidence. And at a certain point, I felt like I wanted to do something different with my life and feel better also with myself and express my creativity and my love for fashion in a different way that maybe could stand on the side of customers and people instead of companies. So there was no such a thing as personal styling in Italy back in 2010 when I started looking for other options. Now it's starting to be a thing, but back then nobody knew about something like that, me included. And so I had a research online and I found just what I wanted, really, something that mixes confidence and colors and fashion. And I said, this is what I really want to do. And so I had the first certificate, and then it took me other years, to quit my job and move to another country and start a new life. And eventually I did it. So this has been the very beginning, the very deep reason why I did what I do. And the more I do what I do, the more I love it. I can see how it affects people's lives. It has affected mine in first sight, because I've learned how to dress, how to enhance my points of strength. And instead of hiding, I now enhance myself. So I've completely, switched my mindset about myself. And I've, in first person, I have feel the power of what I do. And I'm so happy I can do the same for other people now.
So what sort of women do you find yourself working with, or is it men as well?
I do work with men as well, but 90% of clients are women. And again, I guess I can see in first person how women face many more challenges during their life. If you think about hormones, maternity, pregnancies, and other things. So for women, I guess it's even more important to have a support of a personal stylist. But I do work with men as well. And I guess my clients go from, I don't know, age-wise, 30 onwards. But again, it's not about the age, it's more what women experience in their life. Every time people come to me is because they are experiencing a difficult moment of their life, or they have experienced a body change, a body transformation, or even just because they are not sure about what to wear, how to feel confident. So it's very different kind of women.
And do you take them through a process then for when they first come to you?
Yes, some people get in touch and they know exactly what they want and they go straight to one specific service. Some of them, they know where they want to get, but they don't know how. So in that time we work together. I try to understand what they need, try to understand more about their personality, and then I propose maybe a couple of options so people can choose. So yes.
And how have you grown your client base from when you started this?
Well, first of all, when I started my business, I think I was a bit, to the eye of many people, I was a bit crazy because I didn't have any connection in this country. So I started with networking, and that has been the very beginnings. And then I guess the more I go on, the more my visibility grow on social media, on Google. I have a blog, and I have a newsletter, and everything, year after year is helping my business boost. And also now I have referrals, and I keep on doing networking. So yeah, this is really helping. Everything is helping, really.
So awards, was that something you thought would help with visibility, or was it credibility, or was it a bit of both?
A bit of both. And also I have to say, I did it for myself.
Yeah.
It's been 2020 has been really, really challenging year. I mean, 2020 and 21, because we all know the reason, because of COVID. And I think I've done so much, for people, especially over the first 6 months of the pandemic. During the first lockdown, I've given all myself without asking anything back. I was doing lots of, workshop and webinars for free. And I just wanted to make people feel like I was on their side and give my support. And I've done so much, and I've achieved so much. And I think I just wanted a reward for myself. I just wanted to shout, to the world, I'm great at what I do. And sometimes your posts are not enough. And then, yes, I did it also for a question of visibility and credibility as well. And I think it works, because when people see that, not just your testimonials are good, but also you have an award, you have been awarded. And I think this, to the eye of people, make them think that you are a true professional and trustworthy as well.
Very true. And were the Best Business Women Awards the first awards you'd ever entered?
Yes, it was.
So how did you find the process? Because a lot of people tell me how arduous it is, but it is meant to be that way.
Yes, it was really hard. It was really hard. There are not so many questions. That's the weird thing. There are just a few, but key questions. And you know that you need to answer those few questions in a very smart way.
Yeah.
And you can't just say, I love what I do. You need to give proof.
Yeah.
You need to really be able to show your passion and everything you do. So that was the difficult thing. And the language, of course, was another challenge for me. So I had to hire a copywriter to help me, because obviously
but it's not your first language. Yeah,
obviously, but I was happy to do that, and paid me back.
The whole experience of being at an awards ceremony, how did you find that? As a stylist, were you looking around thinking, that's a good outfit, that's not so good? Can you help yourself?
I have to say, it's been exciting on so many levels. I remember the feeling of dressing up and going to the hairdresser. I went to the hairdresser, obviously, and thinking about the outfits. I mean, obviously, as a stylist, I didn't buy anything new, and I'm very proud about it. But as a stylist, it's so important, to be confident about what you wear. And I just thought, I don't know, it's so exciting how long, I don't know how much time has passed from the last time I was dressing up for an event like that. I also have a boy, 4 years old. And so, it's not just for the pandemic, really. So it was very exciting. So from the very beginning, from the preparation and the evening itself, it was just like a dream. And even if I didn't have a gold prize, but it's still very rewarding. Everything.
Definitely, 100%. You are an award winner. You have been recognised, and customer service is a very tough category in our awards. I can't speak for other awards, but in our awards to get shortlisted. So you've obviously got some key things there that you do with your customers. Do you want to share a few of those things that you do with your customers?
I think, first of all, I treat everyone as an individual. And I think this is very important. And, I feel I look at it from the customer side.
Yeah.
I am a customer as well for many other businesses. And there is something that I really like, and there is something that I really don't like. One of the things that I don't like is to perceive when I'm treated as a number,
Yeah.
or when things get very difficult.
Yeah.
And also when I perceive that people want to sell, when people are very salesy. Well, I'm not very salesy for nature, and I really hate this, be like that. I'll never be like that, because I don't like it.
No.
And I think when people, obviously this is my business, so obviously I want to make money out of it, but this is not what I want my clients to perceive.
Yeah.
When they get in touch, I make sure they are treated as an individual, they are pampered. I want them to live an experience, and on many levels. So it's not just about, I'm a good stylist, I make you look great. I want you to really live a unique experience. So I make sure they are happy about it, and they step out of a session really feeling empowered.
And do you think that's why they refer you on to other people? That's
I
why your
think so.
referral rate is high, which is
Yeah.
brilliant. So what's on the list for this year, for 2022?
Oh, well, I am applying for the awards again.
Oh, brilliant.
Yes. And many things are happening. I have to say, it's been, the last 6 months have been really, really good for my business. I have started many new collaboration, very important ones, and I'm planning to grow my team. So yeah, I have a lot of plans ahead.
Brilliant, lovely. And over the 6 years, you've probably hit a fair few challenges. You mentioned earlier about personal life and different other things. But if somebody was listening to this and they're thinking, oh, do you know, I'd really like to look into being a stylist, what sort of tips would you give them?
In the specific, to become a stylist?
Yeah.
Well, you just don't have to love fashion. This is very important. I have, over the last 6 years, from time to time, I receive requests from other people that would like to join me and work for me. And the first thing they say is, because I love fashion. And I think this is not, at least this is not my, my way of thinking. Your priority needs to be people, and not being fashionable. This is really important for me. And again, the other thing is to be able to listen to what really people need. So it requires a lot of sensibility and also flexibility, because it's not just about knowing how to put styles together or knowing about the color theory. There are so many things to learn, and every time you face a challenge, and you face many challenges as a business owner, you really need to understand how to overcome those challenges, and you really need to be passionate about what you do, and find new ways all the time to go on and adapt your business to what's coming.
Are you looking for people to work, to come and work for you? Is that
I am.
You are?
Yeah,
okay.
I am at the moment.
Listening to this, get in touch. And finally, what is kind of the best thing that you feel has come out of running your own business in the last 6 years? What is the thing that kind of you think, yes, that's why I do what I do? What's the best thing?
Well, obviously being able to do what I love is great. Be able to express myself is another thing, is great. You can be authentic when you run your own business. And I guess also because, again, I work with people, sometimes the messages they send me, the reviews they leave me, what they say after a consultation is really, really rewarding. And even when I had, sometimes I have some doubts about myself and big struggles for personal reasons, it was a client's testimonial or a client message that was my fuel to go on,
So it's the difference you make to people's lives that is driving you forwards and keeping you going. Oh, brilliant.
Exactly. Yes.
So if you're listening to this episode and you want to get some personal styling advice, you can contact Stefania, and you might be knowing somebody that's interested in being a stylist. So do contact her about that as well. And we'll make sure there's some links in the podcast and also on the YouTube video as well, so that you can do that. So thank you for joining me today. It's been lovely chatting with you and finding out a bit more about your business and what makes you shine. And I can definitely see it in your face when you're talking about it, how much it lights up your life, which is amazing. And I love the earrings. You won't be able to see the earrings if you're watching this on the podcast, if you're listening on the podcast, but if you're watching it on the video, you can go and see them on YouTube.
Thank you. An Italian brand.
Oh, so thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you.
Bye.